I just got a slew of fabulous books, but now it's time to figure out where they go on my shelves. Why don't you join me today as I figure that out? Hi, my name's Bea and welcome to my channel, Mama Needs to Read Romance, and also figure out where to put them. What I want to do first is I need to organize these into fantasy, contemporary, and paranormal. Now to sort my new books along with these. It appears I could probably use my own shelf for contemporary, so let's start there. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do, we're not gonna need this or this. I have to keep putting these up and away because my daughter keeps, now they're super interesting to her now that they're on a bookshelf and she keeps going for them. This is a duplicate of my wedding bouquet that my best friend made, and I really don't want her messing with it. So anyway, moving it. I think I'm gonna move this shelf up a little bit because I'm obviously gonna have two shelves going. Let's start with my very first ever arc. I love this book so much. Then we'll do my favorite Abby Jimenez. I've got the first three books in her Friend Zone series, which I completely fell in love with. Cinnamon Roll Heroes, contemporary romance, cute pets, laugh out loud funny, super relatable, kind of emotional, super page turners, all of those things. So I'm gonna put those in order. And then I also have Part of Your World, although I did ask my husband for a brand new iteration of this in hardback. I cannot wait. And then Yours Truly's coming out in April. I already ordered myself a signed copy. So those are gonna be going on the shelf soon, but here's what we have so far. And when I think of Abby Jimenez, I think of Emily Henry, so let's go there next. I already read Book Lovers and loved it. And then I know these are some of her other fun summer romances. I know she's got another one coming out this year, Happy Place. I'll probably be grabbing that one and popping it on my shelf as well. I haven't read these yet, but I want to read them this summer. So let's put these on the shelves. And then when I think of Emily Henry, I also think Tessa Bailey, so I can put both of those Bellinger sisters. I already had one, and then I grabbed another one. I forgot to sort it earlier. So we have book one, It Happened One Summer, and book two, Hook, Line, and Sinker. I want to read these this summer as well. Haven't read Tessa Bailey yet, believe it or not. Going along with super popular, super hyped romances, I'm gonna go for The Love Hypothesis. I haven't read this yet. I'm dying to do so. Just grabbed this for $1 at a library book sale. I now own two Christina Lauren. Read and loved this one. Looking forward to this one, putting these together on my shelves. This girl's gotten a lot of buzz for The Spanish Love Deception and The American Roommate Experiment. I'm reading this one right now and I'm so deeply in love. And this guy's a Cinnamon Roll hero too. So I'm gonna put him along with my Christina Laurens. And then another one of my favorite contemporary authors. I have not read this series yet. It's the Forever Yours series. There's also an ebook that's like a novella that starts it. But I have these. I'm going to be reading these this spring. I love Cara Bastone. She writes the best meet cutes around, and I cannot wait to jump into this series. Speaking of series, I know both of these are very much beloved. This is book 3 in the Brown Sisters series, and this is book 1 in the Romance Book Club series. So I'm really looking forward to jumping into both of these. This is the Friday Harbor series by Lisa Kleypas. I have 2 paperbacks and 2 hardbacks, and they're not even like the way they go. This is the order, which is so ridiculous. And then I bought another paperback, excited that I could at least make most of them paperback. And then it's the wrong size. So I might even just set this one down somewhere and we'll just see where we land with whatever ones. At some point, I'd like to get this series all uniform. Until then, it's going to look like this. It's gonna drive me crazy. I've got several that I really love. This one is one of my favorite. This is technically women's fiction, but there's a romance element about a new mom. I just love it so much. I'm popping that on the shelf. The Switch looks really cute. A grandmother and her granddaughter switch places. One's country, one's city. They both find love. It looks really good. This one looks amazing. This is a gal who finds a man who's actually about to jump off a bridge, and she convinces him to give her 2 weeks to show him that life is meaningful, and they fall in love in the process. And it's supposed to be really life affirming. I can't wait to read this one. And this time next year, it may be fate, but they keep coming together. They were born 1 minute apart, and then 30 years later, they find one another again. One's had a lot of good luck, one's had bad, but fate keeps bringing them together. Can't wait to read this. Looks really interesting. And then this one might be more women's fiction, but it's a mom who's just trying to deal with motherhood, which totally spoke to me as a mom of 3. She's a writer, and she accidentally gets mistaken for a hitman or hitwoman, I guess. It looks really funny and really heartwarming, and I can't wait to try it. That's like a full shelf. That's something. Wow. Okay, I'm really glad we put all of our contemporary romances on one shelf. Now, if you can see it, this next shelf needs to be paranormal and fantasy. It's basically fantasy, I think, is what I have here. So yeah, I'm gonna have to rearrange the size too, I think. This is the biggest book, so I'm gonna start with this one. And this is fantasy. Oh no. Okay, well, I can't move this up anymore. So this is just gonna be down here. Which is fine. We got off the page. This is a woman who wishes to meet the man of her dreams, who is a prince right out of a fairy tale. He actually does come into the real world, but unfortunately he has to switch places with someone who's in the real world, who then goes into this fairy tale. And that is a very good gentleman friend of hers. I can't wait to see what happens in this story. It looks really good. The spine is so pretty too. All right, I have a lot of Sarah J. Maas, so maybe we'll do that next. The first one, Court of Thorns and Roses. I was mentioning this in my book haul recently too. There's a map in every single one of these, and as the story progresses, the map gets more and more complex as you learn more about the world that this is set in, which is really cool. Book 2. Book 3, again, I bought all these used, so it took me forever to get this one. I was so happy when I finally got it. I actually wound up getting book 4, the novella, far earlier than The Court of Wings and Ruin. Just so funny. I also really enjoy listening to these on Audible. You can listen to them on any play through the company Graphic Audio, which makes it like a movie in your mind. They act it out. There's a whole cast, sound effects, music. It's really good. And then, of course, the final book in the series, Court of Silver Flames. This one's so thick, it's almost just like a cube. I have yet to read the Throne of Glass series, but I've heard 5 million amazing things about it. So I was able to get the 5 novellas that precede the first major novel. Down here, I have not yet read it. And these spines are gorgeous. Look at that. Love it. And then we have book 1. I can't believe I was able to nab this for $8. Again, look at the spines. This is book 1, Throne of Glass. I couldn't find book 2. Someday I will, but I do have book 3, Heir of Fire. Looks so awesome. And speaking of the way they look and how gorgeous they are, I've got the Parallel series, which is 4 books, 2 duets. It's all about 2 different women who time travel and the men who fall in love with them. It's really spicy. It's really intense. It was really, really good. Really romantic. Tears, happy and sad, but it does have a good ending at the very end. Very satisfying. And look how gorgeous these are. This is book 1, Parallel. Book 2, Intersect. which both takes place in our time. Then the second duet, Across Time and Across Eternity, both take place either in the 1980s or in the 1930s, France, right before World War II. So intense. These are just so gorgeous. I can't even believe I have them on my shelves. And then we have Time Travel Romance. These two are both parts of other series. I don't know if I'll get more in the series. I'm hoping to. Ice Planet Barbarians, book 1. This is book 2 of the Stay a Spell series by Juliet Cross. This is an alien romance, and this is a witch and vampire romance. This is the book I loved most in the series, which is why I asked for it for Christmas. And this one, I just, it's gorgeous. And it's got 2 additional novellas, which is pretty cool. So I'll put these over here. We'll see if I ever end up getting more of either of the series. Yeah, I'm loving that. Maybe I'll put my flowers here. Then my 3-year-old's still gonna go after them, but maybe I'll just move her away. This is my paranormal romance section here. We've got paranormal Highlander books. We've got vampires and shapeshifters. This is my entire shelf for that. Now, the good news is I just got 2 more books in the Karen Marie Moning Highlander series. It is a time traveling series with Highlanders who come to present day or women who go back in time. And these Highlanders all have special gifts, and there are the Fae involved as well. Thanks to these 2 copies, I have every book in the series except for the 8th, which I own on Audible. So I've got number 1, Beyond the Highland Mist. Then we have book 2, To Tame a Highland Warrior. This mug's gotta go and decorate somewhere else because we're gonna make room on this shelf. Book 3, Highlander's Touch. Book 4, Kiss of the Highlander. Book 5, The Dark Highlander. Book 6, The Immortal Highlander. Book 7, Spell of the Highlander. We actually get to continue on with our Karen Marie Moning paranormal series because I also got book 1 of her Fever series. This series is really neat. It takes place in Ireland, at least in the beginning. It is a woman, she has supernatural powers she did not know existed until she gets to Ireland and she realizes that she can see things beyond the regular world into the realm of the Fae. This is book 1 I just grabbed for like 75 cents. Book 2, Blood Fever. Book 3, Fae Fever. These covers are gorgeous. Book 4, Dream Fever. Book 5, Shadow Fever, which has a gorgeous step back. I love it. Book 6, Iced. I do not have book 7, Burned, but I do have book 8, Fever Born. The last book in the series was published in 2021, which was the 11th book in the series. So we shall see if there are more. So there you have it, a full paranormal romance shelf. So the question then becomes, how am I going to feature books that I'm reading? Because I was putting them on this shelf, but now I have books in that shelf. So I have a plan. I have a Julie Garwood shelf and Kerrigan Byrne shelf right here. And this is what I think I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take these and I'm gonna move them to the bottom because I haven't even read these yet. And yet they're front and center, which doesn't really make sense. Okay, so I've got my Kerrigan Byrne, my Julie Garwood right here, as well as the Lisa Kleypas that's random, and I just put that there. And then my daughter can play with the snowman. It's winter when I'm filming this, by the way. Now I've got a big hole. The next part of this you're gonna see is going to be my historical, so we'll be organizing that next. Okay, so I'm really loving this. Here's now where my Julie Garwood was, and now it's what I'm featuring what I'm currently reading. And look, now I have a Dream Lake here, because I am currently reading Dream Lake, and then, but I can also have it right here. And I have The American Roommate Experiment, which I'm reading and really enjoying. So you can also see my TV, please ignore. So I'm really excited about my contemporary shelf and my fantasy paranormal shelf. And you guys also got to see, of course, my paranormal Highlander Karen Marie Moning shelf. So it's exciting. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. It actually really helps me to talk this out with you guys. So thank you for helping me figure this out. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're enjoying whatever it is that you're reading, whether you had to reorganize a bookshelf to get it there or not. Until next time, thanks so much. Take care. Bye.